And you're good.
All right. Calling to order this meeting of the Judiciary Personnel and Licensing Committee at 7:09 with all trustee members of the committee here in person. One item on our agenda this evening, and that is to consider bar closing extended hours during our Republican National Convention, July 15th through 18th, 2024. Do we have anything to share beyond what's in the memo from Clerk Harrell or Manager Ewald? Okay. Well, then I'd like to open it up to members. Are there?
I'm just wondering if we had talked to the bars or the bid and got their sort of feedback on this, if this is something that they're encouraging.
I have not heard anything from any business owners or from the bid
Where does
or
this come from?
against this, and I don't know
Okay.
where this item came from. If this was something that, if this is something that the act requires every locality to take an action, or if I don't know where this originated. But I think President.
Yeah, my understanding from, not part of this committee, but my understanding from the reading of the agenda was that you need to take action. You know, it's either you choose to not extend the hours or you choose to extend.
Can I see if Janet Henning would join this conversation, see if she has any insight on this?
Yeah, well, wait, I'm just using that just based on my understanding. I mean, I'm totally okay with doing this. It has clear guidelines, a clear time frame that it would be allowed. Things would go back to normal afterwards, and there's no requirement that any of our do that and stay open that late. They can close anytime they want. It's just saying the minimum amount of time they need to be closed is this. So, I mean, from that perspective, I'm totally okay with it. If the bars want to do it, I'm not gonna deny. I don't feel like I don't want to deny them the opportunity for 2 extra hours of business. But
That's my take, is that unless we hear a very definitive answer from the business community that they absolutely don't want this option, I don't see any reason to not give them the flexibility to make their own decision about what's the best business choice for them during this time period.
Yeah, just trying to look at any kind of downsides to this, you know, I don't know if there is, or if one, if we want that kind of traffic in Shoreline or business district that late at night, you know, if we want to encourage people here drinking that late at night, that would be the only sort of devil's advocate downside, but other than that, I think it's up to the business to be able to manage that, stay open if they want to stay open that late.
Trustee Huda?
Just as a matter of curiosity, does anyone know if anyone's talking to the department chief about this and what, if anything, they may have to say?
Do you know?
I have not, and I apologize because being that it was at committee, I just didn't, sort of think about it and I don't know if action has to be taken tonight, but to defer and get that input, it seems like a good step to take. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
it doesn't look like it's not on the agenda later, so this wouldn't be coming up again, I think, till the April meeting. For the full board, so I would be okay with just pushing this to the full board by April, and as long as, just speak with an email and if we can reach out to the bid and just see if there's any opposition to it. Otherwise, I would have a hard time saying no to this, just because there might be some business that does want this, and they can have, even if I don't really want people here that late going to bars, if they, I don't want to deny it as the opportunity.
It'd be great to understand too, the city of Milwaukee is doing their I would assume they were probably extending their hours, you know, so it'd be great to sort of link up with them to see how they're handling it. And, yeah, so I agree. I think we just kind of push this back, get some more sort of group insight from the, you know, stakeholders and then maybe come back to this.
That is reasonable to me. My understanding is that the city of Milwaukee is extending their hours, but I,
Yeah, that's my
yeah,
understanding.
because if I recall correctly, they, you know, they were in support of the legislation that passed in the state. So that's my recollection of the program. But I'm definitely in support of deferring this item. Does anyone want to make a motion to that effect? Or is it the committee one?
Do we want to defer this within the committee, or do we want to approve it and send it to the board and then decide at the board level? I don't know what the proper course would be there.
Just,
If we defer it at the committee, would it go to April 2nd on committee, and then would it not go
No,
to the board until mid-April, or could we do it on the same night?
I think was your intention to take it to the board?
Yes.
Then I would just make a recommendation of some sort, give it to the board. Toy, does it need to be done by April 1st?
No. It does not need to be done by April 1st.
Okay, what's the deadline?
It can be, so. It should be done by late May,
Oh,
so that
okay.
we can start letting community and people know about it.
Mhm.
I just thought it'd be good to get a handle on it now, to get the word out, should you say.
Okay,
Well, I think, yeah, I think if we can just defer it to the full board at our next meeting, and that would give us the time to connect with the chief and connect with bid. Make that contact, but I think like everybody said, it doesn't seem like there's a very clear reason to not do this, but I do want to make sure that we have that opportunity to get that input.
so the motion would be to send the item to the board at the April 1st meeting
Just without a recommendation.
without a recommendation and request for staff to communicate with the bid and what was the second one you said?
Police.
Police. And my understanding is that Chief Worth just relayed that they would then just staff accordingly. During the RNC period, so.
Okay.
Act 73, Part 64C, as it relates to allowing businesses to temporarily serve alcohol until 4 a.m. during the 2024 Republican National Convention.
Second,
Okay, all those in favor?
I,
Aye. All right, motion passes, and that is our agenda for this meeting this evening. So motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All right, we are adjourned at 7:17.